Vietnam is located in the tropical monsoon area with hot and humid climate and heavy rains, making it a very suitable place for agricultural development. Nowadays, in the context of globalization and the rapid development of science and technology, Vietnam's agriculture is facing tremendous opportunities and challenges. For thousands of years, Vietnamese people have learned to cultivate. In the last few decades, with the change in mindset and working methods, Vietnam's agriculture has made great strides. Not only meeting domestic demand, Vietnam has also become a world's leading exporter in many fields to most countries across the 5 continents. So far, Vietnam has more than 10 items with export value of more than $1 billion per year. Besides traditional items like rice, seafood, rubber, coffee, or wood products, it is a must to mention the industries with high growth rates such as pepper, cashew nuts, or vegetables. Let's take a look at the development of a number of areas that have contributed to the strength of Vietnam's agriculture. The first is rice growing. Rice has been present in Vietnam for a long time, from the highlands to the plains, and each climatic zone and soil produces different specialty rice varieties. Thanks to new techniques, rice productivity in Vietnam has been constantly increasing. From a country that suffered constant hunger, Vietnam has become the second largest rice exporter in the world. Vietnam's rice is now available in more than 70 countries and territories. In 2016, Vietnam exported nearly 5 million tons of rice, earning over $2 billion. Another traditional branch of Vietnam's agriculture is fishery. The fishery sector plays an important role in the economy of each country, particularly of Vietnam, with more than 3,000 kilometers of coastline and many large rivers and lakes on land. Promoting that potential, the fishery sector has been constantly developing. In 2016, aquaculture production reached 3.6 million tons, most of which are pangasius and shrimp. And the catch of aqua products reached over 3 million tons with famous species such as lobster, mackerel, ocean tuna, and others. Seafood processing facilities have also been constantly modernized. Vietnam now has more than 600 facilities, with a processing capacity of 3 million tons of products per year. From a secondary manufacturing sector, fisheries have emerged as a commodity production industry with advanced production forces, making Vietnam one of the 10 largest seafood exporters in the world. In the total seafood export turnover of Vietnam in the year 2016, which totals over $7 billion, shrimp and pangasius alone accounted for nearly 70%. Though it was just introduced into Vietnam from the late 19th century, the coffee tree has rapidly developed, especially in the Central Highlands region of the country. Thanks to a special quality and flavor over the past 25 years, the coffee sector has made great strides. So far, Vietnamese coffee has been present in 74 countries and territories, and Vietnam has become the second largest exporter of coffee after Brazil, with a volume of 1.8 million tons in 2016, earning $3.33 billion. As with the coffee trees, though just introduced in Vietnam in the late 19th century, rubber trees have quickly adapted to the tropics. Increasingly, the area of rubber plantation has been expanded and production increased. Now rubber has become an important export item, already present in more than 50 countries around the world. And rubber exports in 2016 reached 1.3 million tons, bringing in $1.67 billion. In the 1970s, pepper growing areas in Vietnam were not significant, only about 400 hectares with an output of about 500 tons. However, over the last 30 years, the pepper industry has made spectacular changes to make Vietnam the #1 pepper exporter in the world. With superior quality, Vietnam's pepper can meet requirements of any importer. Within just 8 years, pepper export turnover has increased 500%. In the family of industrial crops, cashew nut has recently become a commodity of remarkable economic value in Vietnam. Yet at present, Vietnam is the largest exporter of cashew nuts in the world. In 2016, Vietnam exported nearly 350,000 tons of cashew nuts, with a turnover of nearly $3 billion. Vietnam is not only a suitable land for industrial crops. With a climate consisting of 4 separate seasons, Vietnam is home to many unique vegetables and fruits. However, the export of vegetables and fruits to Vietnam has only been promoted for a short time so far. With the application of new techniques in cultivation, especially the importance attached to safety factors and food hygiene, vegetable and fruit products of Vietnam has been present in 50 countries around the world. Only after 8 years, Vietnam's vegetable export turnover has increased 7-fold. This is the export sector that has the fastest growth rate in the agricultural scene of Vietnam. Another important branch of Vietnam's agriculture is animal husbandry. Currently, this area is seeing many positive changes. Small and scattered animal husbandry models have been transformed into farm models, equipped with modern technology. The animal husbandry linkage method, where farmers are associated with companies, continues to develop in many localities. Statistics show the production value of the livestock sector has increased at an annual average rate of 5%. The picture of Vietnam's agriculture would not be complete without furniture and handicraft products. With long-time traditional handicraft villages and skillful artisans, Vietnamese products are always highly appreciated in both domestic and international markets. This sector is of great social significance, creating more than 10 million jobs nationwide and bringing evidently high economic value with a steadily growing year-by-year export turnover. It can be said that agriculture has made a significant contribution to the development of the Vietnamese economy. However, Vietnam's agriculture is still facing enormous challenges, particularly the complex evolution of climate change, by which Vietnam is one of the countries most severely affected. Therefore, the government of Vietnam has identified that adaptation to climate change is the basis of all agricultural development policies. Another challenge is competition from foreign countries. To assert itself in this intense race, Vietnam's agricultural producers are constantly improving the value and quality of their products according to high standards such as VietGAP and Global Gap. National branding strategy with geographic instructions has been developed for products such as rice, tea, pepper, and many other agricultural products. In addition to its own efforts, Vietnam's agriculture has implemented various linkages and international cooperation projects in order to make use of the advanced knowledge and cutting-edge technologies worldwide. It is noticeable that Vietnam's agriculture is changing day by day, with a new phase, higher productivity, and better quality. A new future is opening up for Vietnam's agriculture.